Greetings, honored guests, faculty, family, and fellow seniors. Thank you for inviting me to share a few thoughts here at Mr. Gross's final graduating ceremony. I'd like to try and make you mindful of something important but easily forgotten. Bonds matter. I'm not talking about 007, ionic bonds from chemistry, or even the most audible bond of all, whose pledges of allegiance can be heard in every corner of the school, no matter where he's standing. No. Today, I'm talking about the bonds between people. You don't have to work hard to find them. Just look around you. They're why you came to school long after your seniorosis levels skyrocketed. And you began to believe that textbook was a synonym for pillow. They're about community. We've all explored the question of personal identity extensively in English class. You know, questions like, what is this self, who am I, and what is my purpose? Now, I believe that this focus might have been too narrow, because you're unlikely to find a pleasing answer if you're only searching within your own ego. To borrow one of Mr. Domika's favorite lines, no man is an island. I don't just want to know about Oahu, I want to know about the entire state of Hawaii and all of the USA. Better yet, the world. Instead, I ask and invite you to ask of others. Who are you all? And who is in your family? What ties hundreds of wandering spirits into the Voltron that we call a community? It is so easy to become obsessed with the self because, well, you are important after all. But how much can you learn about a hurricane by looking at individual raindrops? You have to look at the patterns and interactions. You have to look at the bonds. You see, technology is just a tool. Social media and cell phones don't resonate with you because of shininess or animations. It's because there are people in the system. It's why we stay in touch with Mr. Castagnetto for video production long after graduation. And it's why Mr. Bryce's office door is constantly spinning from all the former students who come back for advice and connections. And he doesn't even have a revolving door. These are the bonds that matter. Now, bonds aren't just made with people. Ask Dr. K what science means to him, and you would be forgiven for not realizing that electrons are like family. You can forge meaningful bonds with ideas and information, as they can both inspire and enable you to change the world. The web has opened humans up to the largest amount of data in the history of civilization. Just think about that for a moment. Ms. Cooperini has been extolling the virtues of one-stop shopping with the web databases for years. Now, if Grolier were a grocery store, most of us haven't even gotten past the produce section. You're not going to acquire all the groceries, even though it's tempting. Gotta catch them all, right? But the more there is, the harder it is to focus on any individual piece. With the wealth of information comes a paucity of attention. Now, in spite of all this, don't panic, because there's no need to know it all. But you should know who you can ask. After all, how can you Google what you don't even know that you don't know? Well, you can't, right? So, not only are your bonds important for support in times of need, but they also inspire you to push the limits of what you already think you know. So please stay connected. We have a special bond that runs much deeper than the annual Happy Birthday Facebook wall post. Indeed, scrambling over Google Docs to finish essays before the midnight Dropbox closed is an experience that few other high schoolers go through. Although we didn't have sports teams, nobody could doubt our enthusiasm for athletics based on the antics at March Madness. And who can forget the swim meets on the 4th floor? AITE is playfully quirky, but these quirks bring us together. Keep that spirit alive. I'd like to leave you with a paraphrased quote from Thomas Merton. What can we gain by sailing to the moon if we are not able to cross the abysses that separate us from each other? This is the most important of all voyages of discovery, and without it, all the rest are not only useless, but disastrous. There are red ships. There are red ships and there are blue ships, but there are no boats like friendships. Keep your vessels shipshape, for they will carry you to the ends of the earth and beyond. Congratulations, AITE class of 2013, and may we bring these bonds into the new worlds that lie ahead. Thank you.